Alright, good morning. I'm going to try to get this done early. So if you guys didn't notice, and judging by the title and thumbnail, I got a new exhaust for my Lexus IS300. Now this one is not brand, I wouldn't say new actually, it is used from a junkyard. But I picked it up for dirt cheap. It's a Megan Racing exhaust, worth probably about $400 or $500 brand new. I only picked it up for like $25 at this junkyard. I am missing a piece from it though. Sad, well, I wouldn't say missing a piece. There was an extra piece there that I kind of want to go back for, that I'll have to later. But right now I'm just going to install what I have and then later on install the other piece. But let me show you guys the exhaust real quick. So like I said, it is used. You can see the dirt and everything. It's still got a bit of a shine to it. I've probably walked by this Lexus on the junkyard like so many times before. At least 3 or 4, and walked past this exhaust so much. The only biggest issue is right here. You can see it. There's a big old dent right there, which I'm not too worried about. I could probably take like a pair of pliers and just kind of straighten it out if I wanted to. But you guys can see there's a good amount of dirt in there. That's how long it's been sitting in the junkyard. But I'm gonna put it on my Lexus that just has still a factory exhaust and everything like that. And honestly, this exhaust is way bigger than my Skyline's exhaust. So let me go show you guys let me bring this one over to the Skyline's exhaust, and then I can show you how much bigger this one is compared to my Skyline. Alright, so here's the R32. It is in rough shape right now. I'm working on getting it back on the road. We're just finishing up some welds. I can't really show that actually. I don't think it caught it, thankfully. But there's the exhaust on my Skyline. So you guys can see it's decently sized, but this is way bigger than the Skyline's exhaust. So, and the Skyline's pretty damn loud. I'm kind of worried about putting this on my Lexus, but we'll see. Now, before I go ahead and install this aftermarket exhaust, I would like to do a before and after. I don't know how well it usually picks up. My camera and my microphone I use usually pick up very well, even in the slightest sounds. I'm not going to rev it or anything. I'm just going to do a startup, a cold start, and then same thing once I put on this exhaust, just a cold start, and I might drive it around afterwards. But yeah, let me go ahead and go do that cold start real quick for you guys. So I don't know if you guys can hear it. Like I said, it is very quiet. I would like it a little bit louder and also a little bit more like open for the exhaust. But yeah, it's very quiet. Right now the RPMs are a little high. Once it warms up, it'll go down to like 800. It sits roughly when cold starting at about 1,002, about 1,003. But we're going to jack the car up, turn the car off, jack the car up, remove the old exhaust, and then put in the old, new one hopefully. So I actually won't be able to get this exhaust on. So we're probably gonna cut to like maybe 3-4 days after I go grab this pipe. But where it's supposed to be either bolted right here. So this is the other piece I need from the junkyard. Now this junkyard, I hit it. Thankfully, nobody else is gonna grab it. This is the piece I need, and it should stop like right here. But sadly, somebody welded an aftermarket catalytic converter, and so you can see it right there. There's just a random thing of piping right here. I would be able to put on the tip, but I'd like to get it all done at once so you guys can see back there, right up in there. You can see where it unbolts, but it should unbolt like either there or right there. But like I said, somebody sadly decided to put off a different catalytic converter for no reason. Again, we found multiple issues with this car. This car has a lot of like jerry-rigged stuff on this car. As I'm going through it, the more I'm like, damn, I really did buy this. But this is the exhaust piece we're gonna go get from the junkyard. Like I said, I have to work. Hopefully my dad can go pick it up. He knows where it's at. He watched me hide it. But I'm gonna go grab that, and then I guess we'll cut back to a couple of days from now of me putting this all on. Alright, so after probably 3-4 days, finally went to the junkyard, got the other piece for the exhaust. This is the last piece I needed. Sadly, if you can see, whoever was trying to get it out before, they hacked it up pretty damn good. There's a giant, well, I won't say a giant hole. There's a decent hole, if it'll focus. Yeah, there's a decent hole right there. But again, it is an aftermarket one that I did not notice the logo on it. So I did not notice the Megan Racing logo on there. But this is the last piece I needed to put this whole entire exhaust on. I got the car jacked up already, ready to go. So what we're gonna do, take the old exhaust off, put on the new one, and yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. All right, so I thought for a fact I was gonna get these on. I will not be able to get these on. Number one, this bolt right here, this very first one in the middle, that one is not even a size anymore. These bolts are like OEM still. This exhaust has never been taken off except for that cat in the rear that somebody added. But that middle bolt is not even a size anymore. This bolt right above the little heat protector right there, that middle one, or that very far right one, it's 11 mil. No, it's a 12 mil. I can't even get it at all. It's not budging. And like I said, you guys, I don't know if you guys will be able to see how like that bolt is, but it's almost pretty much welded on that thing. Same, and this bolt looks exactly like the same as this other bolt here. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it right there, but it is just the exact same. So I'm not at my own house at the moment to do this exhaust work, and it kind of sucks because that just pushes it off again for like probably another 2 days before I get to my house. And it just absolutely sucks because it kind of just puts a damper on things, because Cars and Coffee is within about a week or two, and I'd like to get that on there, but we are not sadly gonna be able to get that on there. I might be able to get it on Friday, I doubt it, but yeah. So sadly, I'm not getting this exhaust on at all. Alright, a little update on the exhaust. It is currently early in the morning. It's probably been like 2-3 days since I last recorded. I'm finally at my house and have the right tools to do this job. And I've already got it done pretty much. I did want to record it, but at the same time yesterday, it took me to get this old exhaust almost a whole day. And I didn't even get it done. Just finished it up this morning. But I'm going to show you guys the old exhaust, the new exhaust, and then kind of the jerry-rigged stuff that's usually common on this Lexus for some odd reason. But yeah, let me show you guys that real quick. Alright, so this is the old exhaust. I did have to hack it out. So as you guys can see, here's one piece where I started hacking it out. Another piece. This piece though up here started to rust, and there was a hole over here on the other side. Hacked out this piece. Again, these pipes are very, very tiny compared to the new exhaust. I think the new exhaust almost adds at least, I say, a thumb to it. Again, it's not too bad. Then you get up to here. This is that cat. So I don't know what happened here and what they did to this. Like I said, I don't think this is OEM at all. But I just still am baffled. I'm assuming, yeah, no, there's no way this is OEM. Again, not sure who or what had this exhaust or who had this Lexus before me, but they did a lot of like sketchy shit. Again, it's pretty factory though. It's all kind of rusted. You can even see right there, if you can see that black spot, that's not shadowing or anything. And even over here, there's another black spot. It means there's an exhaust leak. I'm sure I'm gonna have one on that exhaust just because of where somebody hacked it out at. But yeah, you can see there's an exhaust leak here and here. And then the muffler, I mean, still again, pretty bone stock. You can see the Toyota logo still on there. All right, now here's where we get to the fun stuff. Again, here's this other exhaust piece that, again, doesn't look OEM at all, but it was starting to get rusted out on the top ends, like right in there. So they kind of were slowly leaking, but not exactly. Here's the old rings or gaskets for the exhaust. Those were pretty bad. Hacking this old piece out here, this heat shield, was pretty bad. And then, like I said, I had to cut off the exhaust, so that's where you'd mount it. You guys can see, like, these bolts on here were just like ridiculous. It took me all day to drill, hack, saw, like, you name it, I did it. But yeah, like, look at the state of those. I don't know if it'll focus. Let me see. Hopefully it don't focus on my hand. But like, these things are literally welded. I won't even say welded, but like, there's no threads left. Like, there, it's just all one junk of metal. And then there's the other one. It's pretty bad. Now, here's where the jerry-rig part comes in. Again, I don't know what's with this person in wiring, or like why they like wires so much, but they put this to hold the exhaust up instead of, like, you know, doing it the right way. They just did it this way. So I don't know. But let me show you guys this new exhaust on here. Alright, so here's the new exhaust. As you guys can see, I had to put in new hardware for the time being. Put gasket maker up on there. But like I said, it's a lot thicker and everything like that. Oxygen sensor, and then right there's where that cut is. So that's where our exhaust leak is. I'm gonna have to fix that as soon as possible. But all the way back, you got a kind of like Megan Racin's like cat, kinda. It's not really a cat, but it is. Let me get a better angle in the back here as well. So yeah, you guys can see it again. So this is where that wire was sitting, and it was not, and what the sketchy part is about it and why I can't imagine why you would do this, they had it, or actually my bad, no, it's more like, hold on, let me adjust this light. It's more like right here, and it was hanging up there. And if you don't know, that's where the drive shaft is. So I don't know who thought that was a good idea or why they thought that was a good idea to hang it. I get it if your exhaust is loose, but like, even without that wire, like, I'm shaking this thing and it's like really stiff. So I don't know why they did that. Coming to the back here, let me adjust my lighting. Coming to the back, you got the, I guess you could call it a cherry bomb, technically speaking, all the way back, up and in there. And then I'll get a better angle of the muffler and stuff. I mean, it's pretty solid. Like I said, I don't know why they did what they did, but this exhaust is going to help it hopefully sound better. We're going to do a first startup once that gasket stuff seals up and everything. But yeah, let me show you guys the back real quick as well. Alright, so it's been about 30 minutes. The gasket should be dry by now. I haven't checked it. But we're going to do the first cold start of this exhaust and see what it sounds like.